Welcome to the astrological weather report for the Virgo New Moon. My name is Daniel Fiverson. Overflowing with all of the enhanced personality it self-actualized in Leo, Virgo now begins the work of refining one's nature. Contrast with others awakens introspection and self-examination. Though Virgo cannot yet see itself in the mirror of relationships with others, which will occur in Libra, self-awareness intensifies. A new cycle of self-examination begins. Virgo is the archetype of work on the self. We have been to the mountaintop and seen the light. Now in Virgo, we learn to chop wood and carry water. Excuse me. The Virgo full moon on August 27th will present opportunities that increase the volume of downloads from the right brain and higher mind. Typically, this occurs as growth through personal crisis. If we don't have a conversation with ourselves about what is troubling us, how can we heal it? Our most important conversation is with ourselves. Are we avoiding the veracity of our present circumstances in these personal chats? Are we taking responsibility for our lives or leaving it to providence or chance to determine the outcome? Messenger planet Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, is freshly into the sign of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, currently midway through the sign of Leo. Over the past few weeks, our focus has been on our own priorities and values and on our relationships with others. Now we begin a period of internal self-analysis and self-examination. Virgo is Mercury's yin, inner expression, looking inward to understand the self. The planetary energies are further activated by a facilitating relationship with Mars in Gemini. Virgo correlates to self-examination. Gemini is Mercury's yang or outer expression, looking outward to understand our local world. Gemini natives are students of the world, avid data and people collectors. This Mercury-Libra, Mars-Gemini blend will becomes the underlying theme of this lunation. Behavior can be impulsive, unexplainably aroused by Mars, phobic and irrational, chatty, and perhaps ready to debate. Curiosity is increased. It is a Kairos time to begin new studies or take ongoing research to the next level. You might feel like taking short journeys. There is increased contact with siblings and friends who are like brothers and sisters. At the new moon, Mercury is in opposition to Neptune, nearing the end of his marathon swim through his own sign of Pisces. As a result, our mental state is more fluid. It can feel like waking up from a dream. We can be flooded with psychic impressions, visions of the future, and nightmares from the past. As goddesses Venus and Ceres journey together through Leo, new self-realizations are possible. Now is the time to nourish our relationship with ourselves. New self-understanding is possible as the new moon illuminates personal issues that require introspection. A fixed grand cross, a configuration that is composed of 4 or more planets opposed and at 90-degree angles to each other, has been drawn across the sky since late July. At its core is a potent T-square, as Saturn squares the lunar nodes and Uranus, opposite Hygeia, hugs the lunar nodes. Conflicts with authority and traumatic crises of the lack of responsibility regarding our self-care are on the table. The past has not been resolved and the future is still a moving target. Progress has been mired, unable to overcome the past or create the future. Uranus just stationed retrograde a couple of days ago, intensifying anxieties about the future. Festering physical, mental, or emotional health issues resurface. Since the last new moon, The open arm of the fixed cross has passed from Mercury to the Sun and Moon, and now to Venus in Ceres. Circumstances that have resisted change re-emerge with greater intensity. This rigid angular formation generates crises that demand resolution. The mix of issues revolves around egos, personalities, responsibilities, and authenticity, a sense of loss and challenges to values and priorities. This energetic frequency will persist until late September. The Sabian symbol for 5 degrees Virgo reads, a man becoming aware of nature spirits and normally unseen spiritual agencies. Over the next decade, we will continue to experience crises that compel the awareness that we are each part of a global community. We can no longer hunker down for safety in the singularity of gender, race, culture, nationality, or religion. We must awaken to the multiverse as infinite possibilities swirl through a cloud of beliefs and intentions. Physicality is the product of mentation and cognition. Consciousness is being expanded on a global scale. We are what we think. The universe is mental. It's going to be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's because it is not the end. If you feel swamped by inner or outer world pressures, find refuge in nature. Go back to the mountaintop. Saturate yourself in the ephemeral beauty of the waning days of summer or the approach of winter, depending on where you live. Soul guides us through intuition. The channel will be open for the next 29 days. Carpe diem. Thank you for tuning in. See you at the full moon.